drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad. If you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form, it's like there's no reason to look back. And that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into. Drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad. If you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form, it's like there's no reason to look back. And that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year. And I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem is, if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So, yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, the Sunday edition. Thank you guys for joining me. This is a safe place to talk about anything from depression, anxiety, sobriety, addiction, balance in life. The quarantine has got us all inside, and I know this is a difficult time for a lot of us, especially people struggling with any form of addiction. So this is a safe place to tune in and talk about anything that's on your mind. Absolutely anything. We are live Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sundays now at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for 1 hour, 2 times a week, Ruin an Hour. How you guys doing today? Let's talk about it. What's up, Desi? How you doing? Appreciate that, my man. If I could pronounce whatever this is, but shout outs from Israel, dude. Shout out to Israel. Of course, Joseph, keep asking them. I'll keep answering them. All right. Probably burned 40K over the years. That's the most painful part looking back, but weed really started messing with my mental health, so glad to be away from it. Yeah, congrats, man. I mean, congrats on kicking something that had such a strong hold over you. And I think when you kick any addiction, looking back on how much money and time was spent on that addiction is definitely like that's a sobering thing. Dr. Swagenheimer, shout outs from Vegas, man. Shout out to Vegas. What's up, Dan? Hope your hand feels better, bro. How's the dogs doing, dude? Super R, what's up? Desi, I'm officially told by doctors to quarantine now because I have symptoms. Oh, shit. So you have to quarantine. Wow. What does that mean for your family? So physically, I'm feeling shitty, but emotionally, I'm doing well. Well, that's great. That's great that you're able to handle that with such Amazing colors, Desi. What symptoms are you showing? Of course, Drew. Thank you, bro. Happy to give back. 7-9 being in the house is driving me crazy. Man, I could definitely attest to that. You can still go walk around the block, though, you know? That's not really out of the quarantine regulations. It's still going outside. If you have like a roof or a deck, get outside as much as possible. Just stay within 6 feet of people. Chad, Avo, any advice you have for us trying to stay productive during this? Yeah, I mean, like, really, for me, not much has changed in quarantine I mean, a lot has changed. I can't say not much has changed, but, as far as working, for me, there's not too much of a difference because I work from home, so I'm already kind of used to being at home. What I would say is, limit your time on social media as much as you can. Limit the time that you can, watch things like Netflix and just TV, because that will suck you into a hole that is really hard to get out of, and that drains your energy. And I think the number one thing, the key to being productive in a time like this is exercising. Exercising will make you want to be productive in every other aspect of your life because it literally releases such a sea of endorphins into you that it's a rejuvenation tool. Anytime you start your day off with exercising, whether that be like literally doing 10 push-ups, doing some jumping jacks, doing some burpees, doing more difficult things, if you have weights, going on a run, if you would like to go outside and run around your block, just exercising will get you in the mindset of being motivated to do whatever else there is. Because I know when I wake up and I don't work out, I feel worse than if I would have, and actually my day gets started on the wrong foot, and I'm not as productive, and then I just want to envelop myself in easy satisfactions, like sensory, like eating bad, like just doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing, you know, instead of like being productive, editing battles, editing music videos, exercising. So I think that's the number one thing is be sure to exercise every day. Joseph Stone, advice on breaking the habit of just sitting down at night and drinking a glass when you sit down to eat and watch TV. I mean, Joseph, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine, having a beer, having a glass of whiskey, whatever it is, at night when you're winding down. That's not problematic at all. If the habit is literally like infringing on your financial and your health, on your relationships, it's making you like angry, that's when it's an issue. But if like literally you're just kind of like winding down with a glass of wine every night, it's really not that big of an issue. But if you really want to get out of the habit of doing something every day, because it's not good to have a piece of cake every day, is literally just start finding another drink you like that's not alcoholic and drinking that. I started off with sparkling water, and you can mix sparkling water with like cranberry juice or something else to make like a mocktail, and it's basically a treat at the end of the day. Or think of other things as treats, you know, if you're really trying to like pay off your day with a treat and a reward for getting through the day, make yourself a good meal. Like meditate, like do something like really good for yourself that makes you feel good after you did it, because I guarantee that having a drink every day doesn't make you feel good every day. It just kind of numbs you out, but afterwards you don't feel any better. It's not like you're like, whoa, fuck, I'm like rejuvenated, I'm ready to take tomorrow on after I had that fucking beer. Like, nobody feels like that. All they feel is like that their problems go away. So if you want to do something good for yourself, I would say fix a good healthy meal, and rest, go to bed early, stuff like that. But yeah, sparkling water is a good like substitute for alcohol. That's what, when I quit drinking, that's kind of what I went after, is I would do sparkling water a lot. Now I just do regular water. That's all I drink. I drink a lot of tea now though. I've been drinking a ton of chamomile tea. Khalil, my girl just told me she's tired of my drinking and I was about to propose. Sorry to hear that, Khalil, but this is a good thing. This is a good thing that your girl is being honest and open with you. It would be bad if she wasn't, and then years down the line, you guys were married, and she's like, "I want a divorce," and she gave you didn't even give you an ultimatum, just like you've always been an alcoholic and you're never gonna change. Her offering you honest advice is great, and that's wonderful, and that's what should happen in an open, honest relationship, is that you should share how you feel with another person, because what she's saying is that she cares about your health. She loves you so much that she's like concerned with you because she cares about you. So this is a wonderful thing, Khalil, that she told you that. So take it as a good positive time to change yourself, or just get into better habits. I wouldn't say change yourself, just get into a better healthy habit. Dr. Swagenheimer, I'm a rare drinker. I barely drink anything outside of water. I'm definitely into that. Hell yeah, dog. Joseph Stone, did your eating change when you gave up drinks? I eat pretty clean through the week with fat, protein, carbs, and a cheat meal on the Friday night. Joseph, yeah, like when I started, when I was sober, like these past 2 years, my eating has changed dramatically. Because when I drank, all I wanted to do was eat bad. Like I would go to the taco truck on the corner of where I used to live and get like fucking 10 tacos. And just like scarf down a bunch of tacos. Like when I was drunk and when I was coming home at night after doing watches, I would stop at Jack in the Box and go through the drive-thru and just get a bunch of terrible shit. I never do that anymore. Like for the most part, I eat really, really healthy. And that's because I feel like when you get sober, you're like more, or I don't know, at least I can speak from my perspective. When I got sober, I felt like I was more in tune with caring about myself. And I really do care about my health. And it's not even from a vanity standpoint. And I kind of feel like that's how the gym used to be for me, is it used to be vain and superficial, and I like wanted to look good. Now, I of course still have that. But there's a greater thing to my fitness and my diet, is to feel good. And that's all I care about now. I don't really care about like getting big anymore. I don't care about like having a six-pack, because I'm honestly probably never going to have a six-pack in my life. That's just like my genetics aren't in tune with that. But I do care about eating a lot of vegetables, fruit, minimal meat, no chicken, no beef, fish. And yeah, like I just try to eat a lot of that stuff every day, and I feel fucking incredible. I try to drink as much water as I possibly can. Before this, I would drink only alkaline water. Now I'm drinking good old tap water, so I got a bunch of fucking fluoride in me now. But overall, yeah, my diet changed. It was geared more towards how I would feel after a meal. So thank you, Joseph. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, like, dude, yesterday I was watching some old videos, and, man, I'm not proud of how I used to look. Like, just overall, it's not even like I'm like, ooh, I used to be fat, or like I used to be, like, heavier. It's not that. There's something else when you look at yourself when you're struggling with a lot of addictions, that I can literally see how unhappy and stressed I was. And just, like, that I wasn't living my fullest life, even though I was like with this woman that I still love to this day, and I didn't have a good relationship with her. I was being toxic towards her, but I was in a relationship with her. I lived in a house. I had a family. I still was depressed because of me, and when you look back on stuff like that after you've gotten out of that, it's very apparent. So yeah, I appreciate that, Joseph. Like, not only from my physical appearance, but like I can literally tell that I'm not happy just by looking at old video footage and photos of myself. Yeah, Infinity Rapper, exactly. When I drink, I throw down burgers, chicken, salami, like a motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. That's the same with me, man. I would just eat like shit, like terrible. I gained all my weight plus like an extra 20 pounds once I got off the pills, man. Super R, but that's probably good weight that you're supposed to have. You know, when you're on pills, it's like your body's so malnourished that you don't have any weight that you're supposed to have on you. Shit, I was fat in every battle except the last two. Fuck yeah, Dan. You look great now, man. You're on that the dog shelter diet now. But yeah, I mean, I've just been like kind of like as far as like every day I've been trying to read a little bit. I just actually started taking this online college course called What is the Mind? And it's kind of deals with like what exactly the mind is, not what the brain is, but what the mind is. Um, it's a psychology course and it's free. So you can do tons of stuff like that in quarantine. It's not easy to do stuff like that because like what I want to do is just fuck around, you know, and be lazy. But doing that makes me feel better, and I think that's a really important thing during this quarantine time is to take this opportunity to take every chance you can to make yourself feel better and be good to yourself. Like exercising is being good to you. Taking an online college course is being good to you. It's making you grow intellectually from your knowledge. Eating good is being good to yourself. It's nourishing yourself well. So there's just a bunch of different things you can do during this time that isn't exactly like binging Tiger King and literally melting your mind watching a bunch of racist white people be mean to animals. Like there's so much better ways you can spend 6 hours, you know. The Ruin Your Day merch isn't available anymore because we had another shipment come in, but the whole pandemic stopped it. So the printers that do all of our hoodies, shirts, they're currently not working, so we're not going to get them until this is done. So Fabo, this is a brutal time for people like me with anxiety, but I practice focusing on the present and not the future or the past. I'm in my house and my loved ones are safe. Fabo, that's a really good perspective to have, man. Congrats on that. Focusing on the now is a big thing. The past isn't actually real. The only way you can make the past real is if you keep bringing it up, and memories are the only thing that make the past real. The future isn't even real, really, to be honest with you. The only thing that's happening that's real is right now. Even when I just clap my hands, that's not even real anymore because that's in the past. So focusing on the now is really, really important. Liam, do you think to settle nerves before you shot battle? Oh, did you drink to settle nerves before you shot battle events? Do you get nervous or feel weird now that you have to shoot an event sober? Liam, no, actually, I'm never. I won't say I'm never nervous because there is always like a kind of a sense of like being nervous, but I'm very confident in what I do for a living, and I know that this is what I was made to do. So I'm never like unsure of myself. Sure, I get kind of nervous sometimes, like for example, during the Genesis event, I was kind of nervous because I was shooting 2 events in one day, and I was also using a lot of equipment at the Genesis event that I hadn't used anymore, and it was very big. But even so, I knew that we were going to do a good job. I didn't drink to settle my nerves. What I drank for was escapism. I drank to be drunk. I didn't drink for any other reason than to get a buzz and be drunk. So when I would drink at events, literally it was to escape some like underlying depression that I was feeling. It wasn't to calm any nerves. I've been trying to only have 1 to 2 glasses of wine a night, but I do have a few on my cheat meals on Friday. So do you think 1 to 2 glasses a night is bad? I would say that yeah, that's not good to have 1 to 2 glasses of wine every day. Just because, like I said, you wouldn't eat a piece of cake every day. That's kind of how I view wine. Wine is like it's candy. It's a treat. JJ, appreciate the donation, bro. Thank you for doing all these videos. Having something to look forward to every day is very important during this time. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We're also going to do another installment of Best Battle Rounds of 2019 tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you operate like a surgeon under pressure. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. But Dan, you have seen me drunk and yelling at people that I shouldn't have been yelling at when I was intoxicated. So the pressure gets to me for sure. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess that's why I drank during events. Do you read any fiction, or is it mostly self-help and nonfiction? Infinity Ripper, it is mostly self-help and nonfiction, but I have actually been reading some fiction just to kind of switch it up. The best book I read recently is nonfiction. It's What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Blacker. Incredible fucking book about just being a black male in America. It's a great book. And then I read a nonfiction book that's also equally as incredible called Born, Borne. and it's by the same author that did I forgot what the trilogy is called, but that book Annihilation is in there. They made a movie about it. It has Natalie Portman in it. Very great writer, very like illustrative and post-apocalyptic all the time. So I'm really into that shit. 7-9. I have 6 teenage boys, foster kids, and one who mentally delayed, but his family told him he was not, so he feels he isn't, and refuses to learn any tips on how to motivate him out of ideas. Who's mentally delayed, but his family told him, so he feels like he isn't, and refuses to learn any tips on how to motivate him out of ideas. So he basically he's unmotivated because he's mentally delayed and he struggles with learning. And he's refusing to learn any tips on how to help him learning. Am I understanding that correctly? Luis, what's up, Abba? We really appreciate you. I told you best battle rounds of 2019 was going to turn into all rounds of 2019. Luis, slowly turning into that. For sure. But we got time. That's all we got is time, my man. How do you get through monotonous tasks? Do you distract yourself with music? No, not really, man. I just kind of do them. I think the fastest way to get through anything is a straight line. So if you're delineating yourself in some way, it's kind of going to only delay you in that process. But there's nothing wrong with listening to music while you're doing anything. I think music is a great undertone rhythm. I think the problem with me personally that I have is that I can't like turn off things really well. Like when I'm taking in a sensory, I take it in a lot. So like music can't really be background to me. Like there's like loud music playing when I'm doing something, it bothers me because I want to focus on just the music and not the task in hand. So that's why like when I'm doing something like if I was doing like editing, I can't listen to music and edit and then pause the music when I need to hear it and then go back and forth. It's like I need to just be editing the whole time. Also, that's why when I'm at the gym, I actually don't listen to music. I don't have earbuds. I just listen to the sound of the environment. The Godfather novel, huh? I just bought it and read it. It's amazing. 95% accurate of the movie, but more detailed. Interesting. Check that out. Yeah, there's no events planned at the present. All the events are canceled because of the quarantine. During quarantine, calling your friends and family who haven't heard for a while, who you haven't heard for a while, helps very much against the boredom and loneliness. Who are you keeping contact with during this time? Daniel, yeah, I mean, I'm calling my parents almost every day. I'm calling my brothers very often. That's pretty much it. I mean, just my immediate family. That's all the people I really talk to. I don't really have anybody else in my life besides you guys that I talk to every day. But that's pretty much it. I think that's a good advice to give, though. All right, 7-9. He struggles with learning because he thinks he knows everything since he was told he isn't special needs. He is 17 with a second grade reading level. He has been with my wife for 5 years now. That's difficult, 7-9, because not only are you struggling with something that's pre-programmed into him since birth, but you're also struggling with him being 17 and thinking he knows everything, period. So it's like there's two sides of the coin with that. I think, I mean, you've probably tried this, but I think the best way of sort of approaching something like that is to be compassionate, but also as honest as you can. So if you can sit him down and try to teach him something from the get-go and basically show him that he's slower at learning, but take it at his own pace and be kind to how slow he learns, I think that might be the best bet. Because deep down inside he must know. The important part is not to shame him into really coming to the realization that he needs more help. Thank you, Young Sphinx. Caleb Koala Hamling Avo, much love from New Zealand. Hope you're safe and looking after yourself. So thanks for all the positive vibes and everything you do. Caleb, thank you, bro. Shout out New Zealand. Sean, thank you, man. Burn Your Day sweater's perfect for the world now. Young Sphinx, I know, I got to get him in. Desi asked a good question. Does he have the capacity to understand that he is special needs? That's a really good question. Tyrone, do you take donations to give feedback on people's music? Adam22 charges $100 per song. Good little side hustle. Tyrone, I don't actually do that. All the power to Adam22, but that's not really my cup of tea. And that's not my type of hustle either. But thank you, man. I appreciate the suggestion. Yo, Carl, we already watched John vs. Jack Boy. And yeah, Geechee Gotti will be back and watch when this quarantine's up, my man. Thank you. But yeah, what else, guys? What else is popping? Let me look it up right now. Dr. Swagenheimer. Born. Book. Alright, here we go. I'll post the Amazon link. It's this, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is the cover of it. It's pretty cool. The cover's neat. But there's the Amazon link. Submersia, what's good, Avo? Any advice for filming my own music videos other than get a tripod drone? Fuck, dude, just get creative. Honestly, Sub, like, there's a lot of ways you can film your own music video besides a tripod. You can film it on your phone in selfie mode. You can use mirrors. You can not have yourself be in it. That's a good thing. You can film it on, like, yourself on green screen and put yourself in somewhere. I think selfie mode is cool. I like that. The real Fob Deep, appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. That means a lot. Yes, he is. He is high functioning and can do just about anything. He just doesn't think he needs to learn. Yeah, 7-9, that's tricky. Because you're already like working against something that's been pre-programmed for him. Do I ever get tired of gun bars? I do not. It's kind of ironic because I don't like guns at all, but I love fantasy, so yep. See what Dan just said. I filmed every DDA video on a broken iPhone 6, and those look fantastic. So take it from the master himself. Yo, Tyrone, I kind of stray away from battle rap questions in here, my man, but I'll be happy to answer that later on today at 5 p.m. Do I have any formal education in videography, or I'm self-taught? I'm both. I do have a degree. I have a bachelor's in fine arts from the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. So I went to film school 4 years, so I have a degree. But everything that I personally know and that I use in my day-to-day, I'm self-taught. And I think anybody interested in film can be self-taught as well. And they don't need to go to school. I don't think formal education is necessary in this field. If anything, I think it's kind of it might be for most a misplacement of time and finances, unless you utilize it in a way that's completely beneficial to you, and it's hard to do that. Yo, Avo, what do you think battle has to happen? Rumnitty vs. Lux. DDA 4, let's go. What are my ultimate goals in film outside of battle rap big screen? Perry, I have no ultimate goals in film. I've accomplished everything that I don't even know if I had like a big goal in film, but my goal now is battle rap because I love the culture, and that's all I care about is making battle rap better in every way, shape, and form. So that's my focus. I could care less about ever being in film again, to be honest with you. If I never directed, worked on, edited, touched anything that was non-battle rap related for the rest of my life, I might be okay with it. I did visual effects for 13 years for feature films, like high feature films, like Iron Man, and like the last movie I'll work on, Ad Astra, just came out. And to be honest, I was really unhappy with that career, very unhappy. There's a lot of aspects about the film industry that I really, really dislike, but it's just not for me. It's not my cup of tea. Have I ever thought about day trading? I've thought about it, but it's also kind of something that I'm not really into, and it would just take me away from my real passion, which is battle rap at this point. Derek asks a good question. What is everyone doing to improve themselves on quarantine? Caleb, my fitness sanity, I 100-meter loop around the house and backyard. Run that repeatedly, 15 or 17 kilometers. Apart from almost taking my head off on the washing line a few times, it's going well. Hell yeah, Caleb. That's great, man. And see, you're utilizing your environment to make yourself healthier. Like, you're not like, oh, there's no gym. You're, like, out there running around your house. It's fucking incredible, dude. J-Dub, I'm going outside a lot more and trying to talk and initiate a conversation with everyone I see. That's good, J-Dub. Hell yeah. It makes me feel a lot better to share a smile with somebody. That's dope, man. That's hella dope, J-Dub. Dr. Swagenheimer. Iron Man movies are my faves. Hell yeah, Desi. I worked on Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Swagenheimer. How do you stay inspired, motivated? Do you start with small goals and then steadily build towards a bigger overall goal? I think I don't think I have any like big goals, to be honest with you. I don't like in life. I'm not like, oh man, my goal in life is to see battle rap on a global pay-per-view and us selling out Madison Square Garden. Like, of course, that would be incredible, but I don't really have any big goals. All I want is that battle rap to do better and for us to all be able to live off of it well, and for us to just make good content and for Ruin Your Day to grow. That's really all my like kind of big goals. Staying motivated, I think like the things that keep me motivated is just having fun, sharing stuff with the community and seeing positive reinforcement from the community. One of my biggest motivations is trying to be a good person in all aspects and seeing myself improve as a human throughout the years, even day by day. Even like mistakes I made today, I won't make tomorrow. So like even kind of my faults are motivators to me. The things I've done wrong in the past motivate me. So yeah. Shooting off rounds in the desert, good times. That's awesome. With you looking to grow Ruin Your Day brand, will you be looking to employ people to help you or try to do it solo dolo? Tyrone, I already got a lot of people that help me out, actually, man. I know that from the outside it looks like I'm just doing this myself, but I do have a lot of people behind me. So, but when it grows more, I might be looking for employees. Joseph, so glad you are happier with what you're doing, but how did you get started on working on feature films? Like, how did you get into your first movie? Joseph, I mean, basically how I started in the film industry is I moved to San Francisco from Denver, Colorado, and I started interning at a public broadcast station right when I got there, when I was 18. And then when I was 19, I started interning at a production company, and then I basically kind of did something which is really not good, which is becoming a workaholic, and it was because I was depressed about losing a relationship, and I didn't want to deal with any of my own inner demons. So I started like literally like working super hard at this production company. I would sleep on the floors there. I wouldn't go home. It was not good to be like that at all. But basically, I became an editor there. So I started editing like branding films, commercials. They were a small production company. They weren't working on any features. And then I wanted to grow, so I met some contacts, and then I started working at another facility that did visual effects. And I didn't really know visual effects. I kind of did, but not really. And basically, I got a job there, learned, and that kind of just is how I always did it. Like, I would always know somebody at another place, and then I would go freelance there, and then I would kind of learn the software there. So I'm really self-taught from a visual effects standpoint. That's kind of why I am not the best at it. I feel like Avocado was a big initiator of battlers coming forth about their own problems and confronting them and becoming more positive people. Just watch the Pat Stay in Hollow interview. J-Dub, yeah, I'm really happy that Pat and Hollow are openly talking about addiction. I think that's a great thing. I think people seeing battle rappers talk about that is really important. You know, I'm like on a very, very small scale compared to these guys. Like, a lot of people don't know who I am. They see my face and they're just like, oh, whatever. A lot of battle rappers don't even know who I am, to be honest with you. I know K-Shine doesn't know who the fuck I am. And so people as big as Pat and Hollow coming out and talking about addiction is going to influence the culture a lot, and I think that's a very positive thing. It was really inspiring to hear them make the changes they did to be more positive and a better person. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. I miss Lush too. He's bettering himself though. That's a good thing. He's making himself a better human. Richie, appreciate you, man. Super R, you do, man. I don't have any more determination than anybody else, man. It's all about just doing it. Just doing the things you gotta do to make yourself feel good. Hall's actually been on the show. I think he was a little more reserved when he was on this show than he was with Pat, because there's a difference when you're Instagramming, having an interview there because you're kind of alone, you know, and you're by yourself on your phone. Here it's a little more personal. And yeah, I think he might not have been comfortable here for some reason. But I can understand that. I would love to have him back and talk more about what he's gone through in his life. Richie Rich, appreciate you, dude. Thank you, man. That's right, Dan. All right, 7-9. Sounds good, my man. Sounds good. But yeah, I know, especially like now, like during quarantine, it's really like if you're going through an addiction, this is like the most difficult time you can ever be in that, because you're left to your own devices. But I think if anything, using this time to really catapult yourself into a better positive mindset is the most powerful thing you can do, not only for yourself, but to stray from your addictions. To think, wow, I was forced to be alone for couple months indoors and I didn't falter. After that, you could be like, I can do anything after this. Craziest anabolic cycle you've ever run? Liam, I've never done steroids. I know it's surprising because I'm shaped like a woman. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, never done an anabolic cycle. We good, Desi? We back? Any good reading suggestions? Yeah, go read What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Blacker, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Emotional Agility. I really loved Dealing with Love Addiction by Pia Melody. Great book. What else? I'm reading a book dealing with codependence, but I don't really vibe with it. It's all right. Complex, hey Avo, any other battlers you want to get on Ruin an Hour? Yeah, definitely. I want to get Diz on here really bad, because I think Diz has an incredible story to tell with what he's gone through in his life. I want to get Saga on here to talk about his sex addiction. I want to get, who else? Jim's on here to talk about just like how he's overall bettered himself as a human being through his fitness journey. Want to get Dan back on here. Who else? Clayton. Want to get Clayton on here at some point to talk about being a pussy? No, I'm kidding. What was the title of that first one again? What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Blacker. Let me look it up for you guys. What doesn't kill you makes you blacker. All right, we go. Boom, Amazon. Here we go. And I'll pull this over so you can see the cover. This is the cover of it. Pretty cool, man. There you go. Yeah, I can't wait for Diz to start his own show on here too. Oh yeah, daylight on here would be nuts. That'd be crazy. Derek, keeping your world small during quarantine can be very beneficial to yourself. I agree, man. I agree. Totally agree with that. I think that might be one of the biggest beneficial aspects of this is that everybody's world becomes really small, but at the same time we're so connected with each other, so it's sort of interesting. Oh yeah, I would love to get Chase Moore and Ilmac on here separately, um, because they're both sober now, and I think that would be a great thing to talk about them with. If you guys have Hoopla, they have an audio version of What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Blacker. Hoopla, huh? Yeah, if you guys don't have time to read the book, you can use Hoopla for an audiobook. What's up, Joe Andrews? How you doing, bro? But yeah, what else, guys? What else is cracking? We got 10 minutes left. Chad L, don't know if you've answered this, but how are you handling everything going on with the pandemic? Are you feeling any anxiety or feeling things are going to be okay? Chad, I'm not really feeling any anxiety. If anything, I'm just concerned about my parents' health and about people that I'm close to being safe. But to be honest, I'm not. There's no overall feeling of dread or anything like that. If anything, it's kind of just like I'm trying to get in the perspective of this is going to make some people better people. This is going to make me a better person in some way. I'm interested to see what I'm going to learn from this, and how I'm going to grow, because I can feel myself sort of altering a bit. I can feel a part of me changing, and I think I don't know, in a weird way, I think I might have needed this somehow. I don't know how yet, but I don't know. I haven't felt any anxiety or anything like that, even though I don't know when this is going to end, how long this is going to go, how broke I'm going to get. But those are all small things that don't really matter, to be honest with you. So has Ilmek been sober since the A-Ward battle? Yeah, he's been sober since before the A-Ward battle. I think since October. So, I mean, I'm assuming he's sober still. I haven't talked to him in a minute, but I'm assuming he's still on the wagon, as they say. But yeah, after this, I'm gonna do some workouts. Every day I've been doing 2 different variations of this thing. So basically, I'll do 300 sit-ups, 300 push-ups, and 400 squats, and I try to do it in under 30 minutes. So my time was yesterday. Let's see if I can beat it today. My time was 25 minutes. I think my best time was 24 minutes. So do like a set of 15 sit-ups, set of 15 push-ups, 20 squats, just body weight, and then I just go back into another rep. So, or another set, excuse me. So there's no breaks. So I try to do that as fast as possible. And that gets your heart rate the fuck up. Like by the 20th set, I'm breathing hard as shit. Like, also another thing, like if you guys are doing push-ups in your room, I think a really good thing is to really concentrate on form. So don't do this. Don't do like wide grip and be like pushing through your elbows. Basically try to keep your elbows as close to your body as possible. And that's isolating the correct muscle groups, the triceps, the pecs, instead of putting a lot of unnecessary strain on your shoulders. And that's what you don't want, is to fuck up your shoulders doing push-ups. Also do slow control to really push through your palms and like flex your pecs when you do them. So I try to do that. And then I do another thing. I don't really know what it's called, but I do a superset of 3 sets of curls, then lat raises like this, and then squats with sandbags that I have, like film sandbags, which I think are like 10 pounds, like fucking nothing. But basically what I'll do is I'll do 12 reps of all of those, and then 11 reps, and then 10 reps, 9, 8, 7, all the way down to 1. And I try to do that in under 10 minutes. And yesterday I did it in 9 minutes. And that shit's fucking hard. That shit sucks because once you get to 5, at first you're like, oh, this is fucking easy. This weight's really light. But it's harder at first because the reps are higher. And then when you get down to like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm not stopping. So I'm just like 3, 3, 3. Then it's like 2, 2, 1. And fuck, that last like little bit is like such a hardcore burnout. It's great. Oh yeah, I would love to see Danny Myers on Route in an hour too. That'd be great. Hell yeah, Cage. That's great to hear that you made improvements during this time. Jason, what do you think they should do about 2020 Champion of the Year if we don't get any more battles out this year? Jason, we're definitely going to get more battles, man. To be honest with you, I'm filming a battle in 2 weeks for somebody. You'll find out. So we're going to get more battles. How long did it take for you to build up to able to handle the workouts you're doing now? I mean, Rich, I've been working out since I was 14. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long it would take you to really get up to that. Really you just have to start slow and get up there. I think within a year you could probably get there, honestly. I don't have weights, so just use jugs of water. Hell yeah. Be resourceful. Use what you got. We have weights here, but they're like, I think they're really light. They're like 7 pounds. Plus they're like really big. And I kind of like sandbags because they're kind of weird and their weight distribution is strange. So when you lift them, it's kind of like, so you have to go slow and controlled. And that actually like gets your form better. Kind of like that. Trying to breathe through yoga Thursday night is what made me realize I was short of breath. Oh shit. Damn. That's crazy. Well, I hope you get better, Desi. I'm sorry to hear about all that. Have I done the insanity workout? I have not. I don't think. What is the insanity workout again? Remind me. I've done Murph a shit ton. Who's going to win the Crucible? I don't know. No idea. Ace Amin? Probably. Deacon, blessed Sunday, Avo. I pray your day is going well. Just tuned in. Just wondering if you're still doing any editing outside of Battle Rap, any movies or TV shows. Deacon, appreciate you tuning in, and I'm not doing any editing work outside of Battle Rap. Currently, just Battle Rap. Just battle rap for me, guys. Just man, poem, poetry, and wrestling. That's all battle rap is poetry and wrestling. I think 45 days of extreme workouts every day. Interesting. I was trying to do the Murph every day before the track by my house closed down. That hot air balloon battle was pretty fire. Would be good for a card, like a hot air balloon card. I never want to film a battle on a hot air balloon again. That shit was very scary. That was not fun. Oh yeah, Real Sick is in there too. Oh, and Don Marino is too. You can't count either of those guys out. I think Don might win, to be real with you. I wasn't expecting this. Usually you stream around 3 a.m. for me. How you doing? KQ, I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? Yeah, we stream twice a week. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 11 a.m. on Sundays now. The Insanity Workout is an advanced exercise program. It involves bodyweight exercises, high-intensity interval training, performed 20 to 60 minutes at a time, 5 days a week for 60 days. I'll look into that. Maybe I'll do that. Super R question. When you have people over there, I see you make it a point for them to be as comfortable as they can. So serious dumb question. Do you have a contact high from anyone smoking there? Super R, yeah, definitely. I definitely get contact high. Like when Diz is over here and he's literally blowing smoke in my face, like there's no way around it. I'm gonna get fucking contact high. But you can do whatever you want here. Like short of drinking hard liquor, I don't allow hard liquor on watch anymore just because we've never had a good experience with that, to be honest with you. But people can drink on here if they want to, and people can smoke. I find that people tend to just want to smoke on here, and if they do drink, they'll have like a beer or two. Oh, you just spam something into the keyboard. Well, Desi, thank you. That's good to hear. Thank you, I appreciate that. I think your stamina is more than what insanity is. Okay. Oh, shit. I need to get my running back up. Maybe I'll go running today. Complex, have you ever thought about pitching a battle rap documentary to any place? Complex, I have, actually. We pitched a battle rap documentary to Netflix, and they passed on it, unfortunately. Maybe in the future, it'd be great if they could pick it up, because I think it'd be a great form of content. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on Netflix. I think that would be a great addition. Scotty, love you, man. Hope you're doing good out there. Have I ever considered working with drone footage? Yes, I have. Definitely considered having a drone for a battle outside, not inside. Serious issue. Within the battle rap culture, everyone is looking for shine. And so instead of helping others up the ladder and building the community through supporting one another, they do their best to keep the spotlight on themselves. Think of how much growth there would be if we all climbed together. Joe Andrews, I also agree with that, man. I think a lot of people are actually switching that around, because if you look at Matt Hoffa doing My Expert Opinion, he's highlighting other people. If you look at Pat Stay doing his podcast and also interviewing battle rappers, he's highlighting other people. Hall of the Dawn has done that for a really long time. Watch does that. I agree. I think we should all build each other up. I think that's the only way. Bisco, miss you too, man. Do we use jump ropes at all? Isn't like running on the spot. I don't use jump ropes, but I should. I should order a jump rope and just fucking do jump ropes outside, because I know that's like a great form of cardio. Thank you, Super R. But yeah, guys, it's been an hour. Appreciate everybody tuning in to ruin an hour. I hope you guys all stay safe, mentally, physically, everything out there. Doing good. Colin, appreciate the kind words, man. That means a lot to me. But yeah, guys, tune in 5 hours for Best Battle Rap Rounds of 2019. I'm going to be doing part 10. So I think we're going to watch Bill Collector's first versus Hitman Holla, DNA's third versus Mickey Fax, and something else. So tune in. See you guys then. Stay safe. Love y'all. Peace out.